Hello, welcome to your second tutorial on HTML. Today we will be talking about spaces, attributes, unordered and ordered lists, formats and moving text. What we need for this is Notepad++. As you know, we were using just the normal Windows version of Notepad, but we can use a better software called Notepad++ to write HTML more comfortably. So please go ahead and type in Notepad++ in Google. Click on the first link. Go to download and click download. I already have Notepad++, so I'll just close out of this and get to it. As you know, you need to have the standard structure for HTML, which is HTML, head, your title, whatever it is, and the body. To understand better, please follow my steps in the process of this tutorial. Open up Notepad++ after it has downloaded. You have your structure, HTML, head, your title, and the body. The first thing that I'll do is type in some random text. You can write whatever you want. So mine is creating space, and I'll quickly show you this on my webpage. I'll refresh the webpage, and as you can see, it just simply says creating space with one space, like normal text. However, if you want some more space in between these two words, what you need to do is use the special symbol used in HTML, which is MBSP, and it will add one more space to your text. As you can see, there's 1 and 2 spaces here. You can type in MBSP as many times as you want to get as many spaces as you want. So I can type it in as many times. So as you can see, we've inserted 3 NBSPs, and in between we have 1 and 2, 3 and 4 spaces. This means that we'll get 7 spaces on our website, and yeah, that's basically it on NBSP. The next thing that we will talk about is the BR tag. The BR tag basically breaks apart your 2 words and moves the second word down 1 line, which I will show you quickly. As you can see, it went down 1 line, and you can also insert as many BR tags as you'd like. So I can have 4. And I'll show you. See, we have 4 lines in between these 2, creating more space. The next tag that we shall talk about is the pre-tag. This tag uses an opening and a closing tag. As we know, in HTML we use opening and closing tags. What the pre-tag will do is it will show whatever is in Notepad exactly as it is in your web page. So for example, let's say I want CREA from creating on the left side of my page, and I want TING, and I want TING on the right side, and let's say I want space 2 lines below creating. This is what I'll do, and I'll save it, and as you can see, it's exactly how it's written on Notepad. The next thing we will talk about is changing our background color on our website. So I'll just type in BG color, insert an equals sign, and after our equals sign insert 2 quotes, and in between I can write, let's say, pink, and our web page will turn pink. HTML head and title are all HTML tags. Body has its own attribute called BG color, and its value is pink. As you can see, obviously on this web page, my background color is pink. You can write whatever color you want, so let's say red. And here we go, my web page is now red, but the pink color is kind of calming, so I'll just use that for now. Okay, here we go. The next thing that we will learn today is making lists. So there's an unordered list and an ordered list. You will get to know what these are as we go further into our tutorial. To make an unordered list, we type in UL, which stands for unordered list, and we also need a closing tag for our unordered list, and in between we're going to list some things, some random things, I don't know, whatever you want to type in. So for this we're going to type in LI, which is list, and obviously a closing tag, and in between I can write first item, and I can copy this and paste it a couple times and change the first to second, and I'll just quickly change these so we go in order, and I will show you this on my webpage. See, here we go. So we have bullet points, and the bullet points list whatever we've written, so my first, second, third and fourth items. We can change the type of bullet point we want, so we can have a square, a circle without it being filled in, and I will just quickly show you this right now. And this is also an attribute. This type is an attribute, you know? So we type in type and equals, quotation marks, and let's say we want the square, and we close this. Don't forget to close this. Save, and as you can see, the bullet points changed to squares. There's also two more values, so we can write circle and refresh the page and see it's circles. And we can also do the default, which is disk, and this is just our normal bullet points. See? For unordered lists, it's basically just the same thing, just with OL, and as you can obviously tell, it stands for ordered list. This is really easy stuff, so all you need to do is remember them and follow my steps correctly. So I'll show you my order list, and as you can see, the bullet points changed into 1, 2, 3 and 4. For our attribute, we can have numbers or alphabet letters or Roman numerals. So if we want to have, let's say, letters, you can type in an A. You can have a small a or a capital A, it doesn't really matter, whatever is your choice. And we close it and we save this, and as you can see, it goes through the alphabet, so A, B, C, D. And if we want Roman numerals, we can type in the letter I, as you know. It can be a capital or small, and here we have Roman numerals. So as I told you before, for BG color and pink, we have attributes and values, and the I in this case, or your numbers or your letters or your Roman numerals, are the values and the type is the attribute. So I'll show you the Roman numerals in capital form, just so you can see how it works. And as you can see, it's in Roman numerals starting from the first one. We can also change the order using the attribute start, and you type in start equals sign, and for this attribute we can place the value, let's say 4, and if we refresh this, we'll see that it starts from 4 and it just continues. We can also do this with the alphabet letters, so let's say A and start number 9. So the 9th alphabet is I, so it just continues from I. And if we want to duplicate another item, we simply press Ctrl D, and so I've added, let's say 3. You can go back by using Ctrl Z. There we go. You can't see my keyboard, but you should try this, obviously, with me. The next thing that we will learn is formats. So as you know, as I've told you, H1 is currently the biggest size that we can get in HTML, and I will show you all of these sizes. So as you know, H1 is the biggest size that we can get in HTML, and the smallest size is H6. And I will quickly show you all of the sizes that we can get. So I'll save this, and as you can see, it goes from the biggest to the smallest. But there is another way of getting a bigger size in HTML, and we use font for this. So that's the font tag, and let's just write some text, close the tag, and if I show you this is just going to be just normal text. However, if we add some attributes to this, we can get different sizes or different colors. So what we do is type in the size attributes. So the biggest size that we can get in the size attribute is 7. I'll quickly show you this. It's actually a little bit bigger than the H1 text that we get. And the smallest size that we can get is 1. Here it is, it's tiny, just on top of the web page. To show you that the value 7 is bigger than H1, I'll quickly make an H1 tag. And save this and refresh it. And see, this is H1 and this is value 7, and it's way bigger than H1, as you can tell. And the next thing that I will show you is that body has another attribute, which is the text color. So what we do is type in text, which is an attribute, and we can write the value, let's say purple. You can choose any color that you would like, and I'll save this. So as you can tell, it changed both of the texts that I have on this web page. And if you want to change a specific text, what you have to do is type that for your specific line. So text 2 is here, so my attributes will be in font. So I will just continue from here and type in the attribute color with an equal sign and 2 quotation marks, and let's say I want the color red for text 2. I'll save this and refresh, and see, the color changes to red. However, this one is still purple. So if I wanted to change it, I would just change it over here. The next thing that we will learn is marquee. This is moving text. This is what you use if you want your text to move on your web page. So marquee and a closing tag as well. And in between you can write whatever you'd like. So for me, I'll write text 3. So I'll explain the marquee tag a little bit more. It animates text. It makes the text move up or down, left or right, whatever you'd like. So the most practical thing that we could do is just this simple marquee tag without any attributes or any values or anything, and I'll save this to show you. And see, this text is moving, and as you can tell, it's in purple because my body attribute for text is purple. See, this will just keep going. We can add many attributes to this. Marquee has many attributes, so we can change the behavior, direction, width, height, scroll amount, loop, etc. And I'll just quickly show you one of the attributes, which is behavior. And you type in behavior, an equal sign, and let's say I want it to slide. This is now what it will be. Look, it just comes here. And it stops. It just slides and stops. Another option that we have is alternate. Alternate basically just stops at both ends of the web page. As you can see, it just stops here and it stops here. The next thing that I can show you is the width and the height. So for width, I can put, let's say, 45%. Let's say I want it to use 45% of the page. This is what it will do. See, it will start from here. This is 45% of my page. And see, it ends here because text 2 is here. And it will just keep going. Let's say I want it to use 25% of my page, and it will only use this much space. See? And let's say I want the height, and I can put this to 200 with obviously quotation marks. Don't forget your quotation marks. Here we go, save, and see? It's using this much space. What I will show you next is the speed. So what speed we want our text to go in. So this attribute is called scroll amount. Type in an equal sign, 2 quotation marks, and let's say I want it to go 20 speed. This is, see, it's much more faster. And let's say I want it to be 10. It's much more slower. I'll just keep it at 20 for now. And I'll show you another attribute, which is loop. So this just loops our text. So type in loop and equals, and let's say 3 times, so we'll loop 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. See, now it's just gone. You just won't see your text anymore. But let's say I want the loop 5 times. No, let's say I want it once. And we'll just loop once, and it will just disappear. So I'll just delete all of this and do this, something that I did a little while ago. let's save this. And here we go. See, it's the direction is down, so it's going down. And it stops here because the width is at 250 and the height is at 200. So this is just the space that it will use. It's pretty simple, as you can see. And yeah, that's our marquee tag. Thank you for watching our second tutorial on HTML.